It's now time for the post-match report presented by the American University Athletics Eagles Club. Jeremy Huber here with head wrestling coach Jason Borrelli. And Jason, obviously tough opponent in UVA, an opponent that was getting healthy. You guys banged up. Kind of give me your overall thoughts on today. There were some bright spots, there were some tough spots. Kind of how did it all shake out for you?
Yeah, we certainly need to we learned a lot. I think for us, we're just not wrestling through transitions. And if you watch that team, when they score or get scored on, a good example is heavyweight. Heavyweight, we took the kid down, and immediately he kept wrestling and gets a reversal. What's not happening for us right now, and it's something that we need to go back and address, is when we get scored on or score, we stop instead of continuing to wrestle through transition, and that's costing us. But I think, I'm glad that they had their whole lineup. I wish we had our whole lineup, but it's college sports, right? You're never going to be full strength, rarely. They're getting there. We aren't, but we will be at some point. And so I don't really like to think about that. The team we put out there is the team we put out there, and today they didn't perform well. We're better than that. We're better than 125. The matches we were losing bad, and that's the issue, and some of that is because we're stopping in positions, and I'm not sure why. A little bit of it is experience. Some of the guys just haven't been in that moment a lot, but that's something we can go back and talk about, because I think it changes it just changes the mindset of your opponent. But if he feels you stop, all of a sudden it encourages him. It gets exciting. If he's getting fatigued, all of a sudden he gets another little jolt, and we got to do a better job. So.
Jason, let's get to the two wins today. And it's ironically, it's two guys that kind of moving weight classes. Jack Neese going down, and he comes away with a hard-fought 5-4 win. Talk about Neese's performance.
Yeah, I thought he looked good. I was a little in my mind. He's been dinged up. People don't know that, and he wrestled not 100%, but he looked good, and he was wrestling a good kid. I've known the Joffrey family for a long time, both the 41 and 49. They have a brother at Missouri, actually, the 49-pounder, and they're good quality kids. Watched them in California for a long time when I was out there, and but I thought Jack wrestled really tough. He wrestled through position. So what I'm talking about is, if you were able to go back and watch that match, he was about to get scored on, and as he's getting scored on, he switches and wrestles through the position and comes up on top. And those little things make such a difference. And so I was really happy with how he wrestled. Now, do I want him to finish that last takedown and not put himself in a little bit of a dogfight? Absolutely. And we can go back and talk about, you get there, you have to score. Oftentimes, you're winning. He's just trying to burn time. I saw a time where I felt like he had an opportunity to score, but he kind of looked up at the scoreboard and was just like, okay, I'll cruise this out. Bad things happen when you do that. So we'll go back and talk about that, but thought he looked good. And then I think you were going to mention Lucas White, who bumped up to 184, and really proud of Lucas. So.
What did Lucas do well today?
Well, he went out aggressive. He got the first takedown. He wrestled, and when he got scored on, he got he gave up an escape. Then he got scored on, but he kept wrestling. And then the biggest thing was, if you talk about everything we've tried to get through to him, came full circle in that match. Wrestled through that last position to score, but also had to get a late takedown when he was losing. If you go back and watch maybe 2 or 3 times earlier in this year, I can think about it in this arena, where he needed to score and the guy got to him. He needed to score. It was a 7-5 match. They were on their feet, and he got the takedown. He got to the guy's legs and finished. And so altogether, it was a really good match, and he was really good on top. And we knew that was his strong position, and that's usually where he wins matches. But he actually got 2 takedowns, which is amazing for Lucas, and all things considered. So I was really pleased with him.
Going to wrap it up on this one. Looking at the schedule, maybe it lightens up a little bit. That's always a relative term, but maybe some more winnable duels and matches. Is that a good thing for your team right now as you guys kind of get back to health?
Yeah, definitely. And Drexel's a good team, but Morgan State, a new program, who but they'll come in here and they'll wrestle their tails off. I've watched them numerous times, so I'm really looking forward to it. I thought we had a great little Sunday afternoon crowd. It filled in on this side pretty awesome, and I hope our fans will come back and next week to get to see 2 matches at home against Drexel and Morgan State, and it's good for us because they are winnable matches. Not that every match isn't winnable, but we match up particularly well with those 2 teams, and we get back a couple guys, and I think it could be a great weekend for our crowd. So
hopefully so. Jason, thank you so much.
Thanks.
That's the head coach, Jason Borrelli. I'm Jeremy Huber. It'll do it for our Eagles Club post-match report. Do your part to support the successes of AU Wrestling student athletes in the classroom and on the mat by joining the Eagles Club.